Okay, so our topic today will be basically on how we create theories, how we do the brainstorming, how to we do a group thinking among the entrepreneurs, how we come across through the ideas to invest our money, to invest our time, to invest our capabilities among all the entrepreneurs. So there are actually some sources for innovative ideas for entrepreneurship. This one might be multiple choice questions, and it might be also essay questions for you in the exam day. So please take note. I might ask you in the exam day what are the sources for innovative ideas as the entrepreneurs need it in their everyday work. So you need to mention the main sources, and you need to give a comprehensive explanation for each source of information. So the prospective purchaser got ideas for the entrepreneurs. The potential buyers, they might have some ideas for the entrepreneurs. So it's better for you to go ahead, and if you are dealing with any customers, you better for you to go ahead and ask the customers for their viewpoint, for their point of view regarding the products that you are selling. So the existing companies. So guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys? Okay. So the existing companies, with the assistance of the reputable prescribed techniques, that potential entrepreneurs will be able to assess competitive products and services. So also, as you are entrepreneur, you can refer to any companies that they are almost doing the same work, as we can call it the benchmarking. This could be a very useful and creative ideas for you as a source of information. Distribution channels. Here, components of the distribution channels are well acquainted with the needs of the market. So here, if you want to get also as a source of information, you might go and search for your marketplace where you are presenting your products. Okay, so you are presenting your products, the market. This could be also a, a very good source for information, as they are able to be outstanding sources of information and original and innovative ideas. Government can be a source of inventive products ideas, which could be obtained by the patent office files, which includes the plentiful products potential. So as a government, you can go through the government office. Like if you are in Malaysia and you are investors, you are a foreigner, you are looking to do or to set up a business in Malaysia, you can go through any government body. You can ask for the office for investors, or the office for the patent office, that they register the newly novel invention. Research and development. Entrepreneurs R&D is the major starting place of innovative inspiration. So R&D is abbreviation for research and development. Please take note on the abbreviation during the class, because I like the abbreviation and you have to memorize them. The patent office is what we call it is مكتب براءة الاختراع or مكتب براءات الاختراع. So this place is where you register any novel, any new unique products that you personally invented. Okay, this is what we call the patent office. Okay, so focus groups. There are some idea for generating. There's some techniques actually to generate the ideas through the brainstorming, focus groups, and problem inventory analysis. So these techniques is also might be a very good question for your essay question in the midterm. Mention the techniques that could be used for generating ideas. So focus groups. Focus groups is a cluster, is a group of people, is a group of similar things. Cluster here means a group of similar things. So we, as a group, we gather together, okay? We look for our similarities, what we are commonly being used together. So, and the individuals offering information in a structural system, in the structural system. So here we can use a structural analysis system to analyze the ideas that could be useful for the welfare of the society or the company. So as we can see here in the photo, there's a group of people. They are gathering, they are doing some generating ideas, they are exchanging ideas, they are mentioning the similarities. Okay, and these similarities also could be useful for the focus groups. So in the exam day, this could be a true or false questions, and this could be a multiple choice question. I give you the definition of the focus group, and you need to choose whether it's focus group, it's brainstorming, or it is problem solving technique. So I give you the definition. You need to choose which element refer to, or it might be vice versa. I give you the 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 the, the basic element, and you need to give the proper and correct definition. Brainstorming takes place when a small cluster of individuals who are well familiar about the topic under the debate. So brainstorming, it must be with a small groups of individuals and again they must have they supposed to be familiar with the topic under that is being under discuss. So the brainstorming, first it suits the individuals, second it must be familiar with the topic. So these are the two basic things for any brainstorming session. Okay guys, problem inventory analysis, method for acquiring new ideas and answers by focusing on the problems. By focusing on problems. So the scrutiny, they make a critical observation or examination. They use the individuals in the style that is similar to the focus group to generate new product areas. To generate the new product areas. So IY766, what things which is unfamiliar to you? Are you having any problem? It is very simple and easy. Here we are talking about how we generate ideas. There are many techniques to generate ideas. One of them is the focus group. It has some pros and cons. It has some virtues. It has some features. What's the basic function of the focus group? We said it's a cluster of a groups of people a who has a same similarities with understanding. Okay, the problem solving is a method for generating ideas. Okay, we understand this. It's a focusing on problems. So this method is basically used when we want to solve a problem. Okay, so we cannot use the problem inventory analysis method for friendly discussion or for having a debate on a everyday topic. Okay, so this might be a MCQ question when we use each of these techniques. How to spouting, how to create the full size idea. A few techniques here to fuel insight that are followed. Combination. Looking at the combinations in the diverse ways, attempting to transform the extraordinary into something recognizable and the recognizable into something extraordinary. So here are some techniques, some additional techniques to generate ideas. First, we need to have the combination. We need to have dual vision, dual understanding. First, we need to exchange and transform the extraordinary into something measurable, into something that we can be familiar with it, into something that we can really touch it, that we can really put it into the ground and start manipulating with the ideas, and whether it's in the side with the company. So adaptation is the after we put all the choices on the ground and we could be able to choose among these choices which suits best to the company. We need to adapt one of these. We need to adapt one of these choices. Visualization or visualizing here means acquiring what if this choice has been implemented to a certain company, what kind of risks could be there waiting for the company. So we need to visualizing the risks, and we need to have some answers for the future planning. Reserval. Here we need to probing into the contradictory. So here we need to have a backup plan. We need to have a backup plan in case while doing the visual understanding for the future in case if we see some of the options which could be not suitable for the organization. We can take a backup plan in order for us to be in a safe side. Correlation, focusing or fussing to unconnected ideas. Correlation here means how to correlate, how to integrate, how to integrate many ideas into one ideas. So it's a good example for while you are doing a survey in your research. You might have many questions, but actually they are explaining the same item or the same construct. So this two questions, it could be into one question. So this is what we call it the correlation, in how to combine many ideas into one construct. Okay. So the exclusion here, deduct a letter or defenses of the rules. Exclusion here, it's the contradict of visualizing, or is the contradict of correlating. So in case we have some ideas that is really out of the topic, or that is really does not serve the main well-being of the company, so we can get rid of these ideas, we can exclude these ideas. Creative problem solving. The creative problem solving is the psychological progression of the creating a solution to a problem. So the creative problem solving constantly engage in creativity. Conversely, the creativity frequently does not involve ingenious problem solving. So to be eligible as a creative problem solving, the solution should have the worth unmistakably solved the stated problem. So the solution that you are picking among a lot of choices, it should be unmistaken. It should be free of mistakes. It should be free of mistakes. Only then you can apply these into our company. So creative problem solving is a technique of accepted wisdom and performing a certain behavior. The following definition, it somehow agree to the universal perspective. So we have 1, 2, 3 steps. We have 3 steps on how to create a problem solving. We have 3 steps on how to create the problem solving. The first one is the creative. Is an idea that has a component of originality, worth, and significance. So focus on the red font. Here the creativity has some elements that should be in order to us to say that this idea is really creative. So you have a creative mind, or you are doing a creativity. So the idea must be original, must be unique, must be novel, has not studied before, has not studied before. It must be worthy. So in case you have any future plan for your idea, like you want to set a business in any other foreign countries, you need to ask yourself whether this idea is worthy or not, whether it is worthy to perform the idea in that particular area. So the risks, the cost, the capital, the sources, the manpower, are they worthy enough to proceed with your business? So the problem, any here, the second stage is the problem is means any condition that offers a test opportunity is a part of the concern. So here the problem is a test, actually is a problem is the opportunity, but the entrepreneurs, as we have mentioned in the first class, they look to the they look to the problems as a who can tell me, who can answer this question? Entrepreneurs, they see the problems as a problem, as an obstacle, as a major part. They see the problems as something that they cannot do. They see the problem as a pessimistic. No, they see the problem as a opportunity to discover more ways, to discover. They see the problem as a channel to discover more opportunities in the market. Solving is the invent customs to respond or to meet or to resolve the problem. So the last part is to solve, to have a solution to your problem. Basic policy for creative problem solving. So the basic policy, in order for you to undergo with any problem solving steps or stage, you need to have a policy. This policy should be written in your company in order for you to make your staff familiar with the culture, and in addition with the policy that is undergoing in the company. These policies could be a successful brainstorming, could be a successful adapted philosophy, could be a wisdom that is one of the staff inside the company that are applying or implementing this wisdom, and you should spread these among the staff. So what is the Osborne parents problem solving model? So this one could be a multiple choice question for you. You need to memorize the Osborne problem solving model. The Osborne problem solving model consists of three steps. The first step is the explore the challenge. In other ways, is the explore the opportunity. So explore the challenge, or explore the opportunity. I find an opportunity and then I need to go through the generate ideas. I need to use the ideas generating techniques that I have just we have just taken now, whether it's a focus group, whether it's problem solving technique, whether it is brainstorming, and then you need to implement the solution, the solutions. So it is a three basic steps for the Osborne. It's a three basic steps for the Osborne creative problem solving models. Creative problem solving models. So the CPS. CPS. Please make sure you study and memorize the short form of the of the of the of the uh, of the terms that we use during our class. So we have to explore the challenge, we have to generate the ideas, we have to implement the solutions. The Osborne model solving problem. So again, we start with the mess finding. We start with a comprehensive a comprehensive a comprehensive research. We start with the a comprehensive research for our topic. We start after this step. We start with searching and looking for the information and data that is serve the idea and that serve the welfare of our problem. And then we need to go through the problem finding which the best choice for my company among these choices. And then I need to find the solution. I need to find the best solution and make use of the particular criteria to optimize the most excellent solution for the action. So the acceptance finding, I need to make sure to achieve the recognition for the solution and establish a plan of action, and at the end implement or execute the solution. So the Osborne problem solving model can be applied independently. Problems are frequently efficiently solved in the team, while brainstorming permits for the additional ideas to be generated. So this is the basic feature of the Osborne model. It is allows us for additional ideas to be generated. So thinking of a several ideas is crucial, is important, is critical to valuable the problem solving using the Osborne partners model. So reverse the brainstorming. Reverse brainstorming facilitates entrepreneurs in solving problems with a mishmash, with a mix of brainstorming and reversal procedures. So reverse the brainstorming. It means how to reverse the ideas between the group of people. Between the group of people. Actually, this tool is a compatible or is a capable of being used to be generated and confine restrict ideas for more. So this actually this reverse brainstorming is a good idea or is a good technique that is used mainly in the restrictive or restrict ideas. Okay, so when we use this kind of technique is basically suitable for the ideas that is being reversal or being restricted among the groups of people. What is the brain writing? What is the brain writing? It might be a MCQ or multiple choice question. Brain writing is a brain writing. What is the brain writing? Brain writing is a mainly focus and being served the functional with a cluster of individuals who are to some extent reserved and uncommunicative people. So brain writing, in order for us to include the people who are really unwilling to communicate or who are really unwilling to transfer the information verbally, so we use the brain writing in order for us to encourage them to write down their ideas and share it later on. So at the name implies individuals input writing their ideas rather than verbalize them. So here actually we are trying to verbalize the ideas rather than uh, verbalize them. So it's also helpful when each person has a dissimilar problems that would like to solve. It also works fine with the big groups. So please, here I want you to focus. So actually, the brain writing is quite different with the brainstorming. I want you to focus and memorize these differences. The brain writing, it works with verbally. The brainstorming, it works no, sorry, the brain writing, it works writing down the ideas, whereas brainstorming, it's more to verbally or verbal discussion. Again, the brainstorming is more on how the groups of people, they have a similar they have a similar common sense among them. Their ideas is quite similar, and their ideas is quite not really unique and different. Whereas the brainstorming, the ideas is quite dissimilar problems. The problems is not similar with every individual in the group. So what is the checklist method? A checklist method is a novel idea is developed through the list of correlated topics. So the checklist technique first it suggests a topic that have ideas or elements which is correlated to each other. It's somehow same with the focus group, or it's somehow same with the brainstorming. The entrepreneur here can make a use of the list to queries to guide the advancement of the idea. So I have many ideas. These ideas have same topic, and they are supporting each other. Okay, so this will help the advancement of the ideas. Mind or thought mapping. There are processes based upon the mind map. A hand-drawn illustration is usually used to symbolize the words, the ideas, or tasks, or other objectives that is really correlated, which is the central key word or idea. So it's somehow to use a mind mapping, or somehow use a illustration process, which is you can write down or draw the ideas, or any other else. So this explicit description of the classic brainstorming technique, which is used to generate and imagine and configure and categorize the ideas. So the thought mapping, it's used, and it's good for you to generate first, to configure second, to imagine, to write down, to categorize and classify the ideas. Forced relationships. This is a pleasing way to initiate the dialogue with a group. So it's normally generate high quality discussion and gets out of their regular enclosure of the thought. Forced relationship is fundamentally a practice of forcing an individual to imagine a product in terms of another product or industry. So here the definition, the third point, 1, 2, 3. I want you to memorize the third point here. Forced relationship is fundamentally a practice to force people to think, to get out of their ideas, force people to think on how to solve a particular problem. So force people to imagine, to expand their way of thinking by using another same product, or by using another same problem, in order for them to be as a trigger, in order for them to be as a trigger. So the trigger here will enhance the people thought to go ahead. So please memorize this definition. Forced relationship. So I've asked you in the exam day, what's the meaning of forced relationship? You need to mention the third one. Collective notebook method is a small notebook is arranged together with a declaration of the problem, blank pages, and background data. So the partakers here reflect on the problem and its solution, and recording ideas on several times a day. So here basically this collective notebook method, it's basically depend on a pen and a sheet of paper. So a list of a random of best ideas become the theme of an ultimate creative focus group. So this is an idea finding technique involving the entrepreneur to list the features of the problem and scrutinize each idea from a range of perspectives. So, here I have several options. So I have several options. I need to choose among these options the most proper solution for my company. The big dream approach requires the entrepreneur to dream about the problem and its solution. The dream approach is somehow funny approach technique, but somehow it's a good idea and it has been approved over a while on overseas and globally. So it requires the entrepreneur to keep thinking about one thing unless he sleep and also have a dream. And when he dreams, you think also about the problem. So it might when you wake up, you might find yourself having a solution or acting the scenario of the future that will happen. Parameter analysis is here involve factors recognition and creative fusion. A new product development process. Here, launching a new products on the unfailing basis is a significant to the future factory of the several business enterprises. The new product development process. We have 8 processes. I want you to memorize. I want you to memorize uh, I want you to memorize this 8 process. It might be your essay questions. What are the process for the new product development? It's same with any other process that we have explained before. It starts with the idea generation. It starts with idea screening. See the idea whether it's worthy or not. The concept of development and testing system of the idea, marketing the strategy. You need to have a strategy for your marketing. You need to have the business analysis. You need to analyze. You need to analyze the marketplace. You need to have the product development. Once you analyze all the choices, you need to make sure that you are keeping developing your product. You need to have the commercializations for your product. It means find the distribution channels to sell your product. Okay, guys. So these are the 8 steps for you to develop a new product process. Okay, guys. We have come to the end of our class. I hope to see you again. The activities has been already uploaded there in your student portal. You might go ahead and start writing down your and solving your activities. Please come on time next class, and see you. Bye bye. Assalamu alaikum.